G'day and welcome to another episode of Kiwi Car Life. And when I was growing up in the 2000s, if you wanted to get yourself a manual transmission luxury sports coupe, well, you had options from BMW and Audi, and well, that was about it. But wind the clock 10 years before then to the 1990s, and Japan was the place to be because you had the Mitsubishi GTO, Subaru SVX, the Mazda RX-7, the Nissan Skyline, the Honda Legend, even the Toyota Supra. But Fast and Furious would have you believe that the most legendary manual sports coupe to come out of the 90s was this, the Toyota Supra. And today, I'm going to be giving my honest thoughts on this car to see whether it's overrated or whether it really is as legendary as everybody says it is. The main feature of the Toyota Supra that many would argue is its most legendary feature is the engine. These came with the 2JZ GE or GTE. The turbocharged variant in particular is especially legendary thanks to its incredible strength and modification potential. It has an iron block, it's closed deck, and it has a fully forged crankshaft and internals, meaning that even though from factory it makes 234 kilowatt or 320 horsepower and 434 newton meters, thanks to the incredibly strong internals, these are capable of making an enormous amount of power once modified. The other engine option was what came in this car, the 2JZ GE, the naturally aspirated version. These had 169 kilowatt, 227 horsepower and 298 newton meters of torque, right around what BMW's M54 was making in, say, an E46 330i. Transmission options were naturally a 4-speed automatic, which I would not recommend you purchase, or the 5-speed manual you could have in this one, or in the turbocharged one you could have a 6-speed manual, which for the mid-1990s was a lot of gears to have in a manual transmission at the time. And of course all Toyota Supras send their power to the back wheels, in some cases with and in other cases without a limited slip differential. Surprisingly, even though these are pretty big cars, frankly, the bonnet is very long, it has a very large and luxurious interior space, they only weigh about 1400 kg, so it's not surprising when you boost an especially turbocharged one up to 500 or 600 horsepower, they become incredibly fast machines. And now the interior. It's quite surreal actually to be sitting inside a real Toyota Supra, because of course you've seen this interior in the movies and pictures online, but sitting in it now, well, I guess I have two main impressions. One is the wraparound dash sensation is very cool, but the second is it is very much still a 90s Toyota in here. All of these climate controls here in the middle, they fall very easily to hand, but they are basically lifted straight out of like a Celica or even a Corolla from the same era. The gauges though do look extremely cool. I love the lights here at the top of the gauge cluster, and it's very odd having the odometer over here on the left hand side. The transmission feels really good actually. Nice snickety change between all of the gears. The seats are extremely comfortable, I've got to say, but you also sit very, very low in this car, which gives it a sporty but also luxurious feel, which I quite like. So overall, the interior, it's definitely far from a stellar interior today, as everything is pretty plasticky and very dated looking, but for the time period, this would have been a nice place to sit. But now, let's go and see what the Toyota Supra drives like. Driving the Toyota Supra. Oh, okay, yeah, that's really good, man. Look, it's certainly not blisteringly fast, but the sound of that 2JZ GE, just listen to that. The steering is pretty sharp, the gearbox is really lovely to row through all the gears with. I love a manual transmission where you can just do exactly what you want and the car will respond perfectly. Any heel toe or any upshift you want. Oh, that is just really good, man. And it rides so nicely. It's a smooth ride, but it's still sporty enough where you can turn it into a corner. Oh, and it handles so well. And like I mentioned, it manages to be comfortable and perfectly daily drivable, but then just, oh, This is fantastic. This is glorious. Second gear on the power. Oh yeah, there we go, Corolla GR. I love the torque, the sound, the power delivery is smooth. It pulls right to 7,000 RPM, and I know that the naturally aspirated Supra is probably the more frowned upon example, and I'm sure a lot of you when you first watched this would have been expecting a twin turbocharged version. But I'm not complaining, man. This, in all honesty, is actually significantly better than I was expecting. I thought it would be, you know, nice, comfortable, but a bit of a boat. But to my surprise, no, this is actually a true sports coupe. I mean, yeah, sure, it's definitely a luxurious car. The seats are very plush, the ride's pretty soft, and certainly with an automatic, you can see how one of these things would just be, at best, a cruiser. But with a fantastic manual gearbox with ratios that aren't too long, where, you know, you can use second, third, you can even go into fourth if you want. You know, you can use all of the gears down into second that you have available at any time, and I love how snappy it is to go through all the gears. Second, bang, third. So in conclusion, the Toyota Supra, oh yeah, big surprise, man. You would think, given it's got a not particularly powerful naturally aspirated 3-litre straight six, and it's not exactly an extremely lightweight sporty car, you would think that it would be a bit of a boat and not particularly fast or that great to drive, especially given it's now 30 years old. But no! This is a brilliant driving car, properly well sorted. Fantastic noise and just a nice amount of power, even in naturally aspirated form. Perfect length gear ratios, brilliant clutch and throttle where you can just bang through all the gears and do exactly what you want. And honestly, if I was looking to buy a Supra, I think I'd be more than happy with this, eh? Oh, this is so good. So there we are, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've enjoyed this look at the Toyota Supra. I know it would have been nice to have a turbocharged version, I'm sure, but even in naturally aspirated form, the steering, the clutch, brakes and throttle, the transmission, the sound, and the smooth power delivery along with the timeless exterior looks and pretty nice, comfortable interior, certainly for the time period. It makes for a sensational drive, in all honesty. And even without two turbos up there, this is a legendary car. So there we are. Thanks very much for watching, and I will look forward to seeing you again next time.